What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is my thoughts on the TV shows that ended over Memorial Day weekend. So this video, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sad to do because this is three TV shows of mine that I've been watching for years that are now ending in one weekend. So instead of doing individual reviews, I figured I would just talk about all three. And it's going to be difficult, to be honest with you, to try to find another show that matches the caliber of these shows. But I will talk about them very briefly individually, and then obviously wrap things up at the very end. But again, no spoilers will be in this video whatsoever for each of these shows in case for some reason you haven't seen any of these shows. But guys, enough exposition. Let's get started. So kicking things off, The Marvelous Mrs Maisel ended on Friday. This was the fifth season. It was only 9 episodes, and thankfully it was a type of situation where the first weekend that it aired, it had 2 episodes air, and then each week there was 1 episode that dropped each Friday. Some cases it did drop early, like on Thursday nights, so sometimes I watched it on Thursday nights, but the 9th episode aired on Friday, and I think I watched it Saturday, and it was like an hour and 10 minutes or so, and my thoughts on season 5 as a whole are this. It was a very bumpy, very uneven, very ambitious, kind of a misfire in some ways, but at the same time still fascinating. Like, I'm someone that loves when a show or a film has, many different timelines and, you have to try to follow along. But the thing is, I like that, but I also don't like it when a TV show or movie has it where they do that, but they reveal certain things that would have been a surprise if we didn't know. And I think that if they cut out some of the things that happened in the future, I feel like the finale would have been even more impactful. Don't get me wrong. That being said, despite the unevenness of the rest of the season, the finale definitely hit the mark. The finale is really good. It was emotionally satisfying. It was very well written. I loved the camera work. I loved how it was, constantly forward momentum to match the pacing. Very well acting. I mean, the acting across the board in the show just has been consistent, but everything comes full circle in that finale. And I will have to say that despite not being the biggest fan of the season as a whole, I would definitely say it's worth your time, especially if you've seen the other seasons. My thoughts real quickly are that season 1 and 2 of Marvelous Mrs Maisel I think are fantastic. Season 3 I thought was kind of all right, kind of solid, And then season 4 I thought was good. And season 5, again, does kind of match a little bit of season 3's quality, but again, does pick up towards the end. So overall, I will say that 5th season of Marvelous Mrs Maisel, it's good overall, and that's why for me, The Marvelous Mrs Maisel season 5, I'll personally be giving a... Oh, and I forgot to mention that with The Marvelous Mrs Maisel season 5, my favorite episode of the final season was episode 9, the finale. Goes without saying, but I figured I would mention that. But anyways, guys, next up, Succession. Season 4, the final season, ended on Sunday, which I'm filming this on Monday, Memorial Day, ended yesterday at 9 p.m. What can I say? Succession is a show that I'm happy to be able to say that I've been following since 2018. I'll never forget when it came out and I was watching it week to week. And I stopped after episode 5. And the rest of that season, I ended up finishing right before season 2 aired. And then from then onwards, I watched week to week. But it was kind of interesting because when I would mention the show Succession to people, nobody really knew what it was. It wasn't until season 3 that I would mention it in casual conversations and people would know what I was talking about, but also say, oh yeah, I really like that show. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then by season 4, it was like, oh wow, some of my friends are watching it too. This is great. And it was just a great conversation starter, this show, because it really does feel like something that's capturing the mood of our times, and at the same time, it blends drama and comedy very well. But the thing is this, it also builds each season to the point of where, I gotta say, it's amazing the fact that this show has gotten better with each season. A lot of times TV shows have it where season 1 and 2 is when it peaks. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. Versus Succession, each season gets better and better. I would say season 4 is my favorite season of Succession. It is fantastic. And what it's able to do is, no spoilers obviously, but it's able to take such a bombshell moment in episode 3, and we as audience members are like, okay, so is this when the show peaked? Is it the type of thing where the remaining 7 episodes aren't going to be able to match that? And I'm happy to say it is able to match that. In fact, I would say episode 8 and episode 10 of this final season are able to match that episode 3 in terms of not only quality, but in terms of that anxiety-inducing feeling. Episode 8 in particular, I mean, holy cow, it was a shining moment. I think that for all the characters involved, again, no spoilers, I think it did a great job. Episode 10, the finale in particular, though, is just one of those situations where you can't help but watch and just be in awe of what Jesse Armstrong is able to do, the creator of the show. Like, he is able to really make you hate these characters, but at the same time have empathy and understanding. And I think that that's very important with a show that is able to take these characters and really dissect them. And this show definitely did that. And it is quite an interesting show. If you haven't watched Succession yet, I would highly recommend it. I will say that for some people, the shaky camera work might not be something that they like, and I can understand that, but I would say if you've seen The Big Short or if you've seen Vice and you're fine with that kind of style, you'll definitely like Succession. And the thing is also, Succession is a rarity in that it's shot on film, something that, let's face it, in films and TV shows we don't really see too often of, so that's also something to celebrate. And I do hope that the Succession, the TV show as a whole, does get a physical media release, maybe on 4K. I'll take Blu-ray though. But either way, I mean, this is a very well-acted show. It looks great. It's got one of the best intros. I mean, Nicholas Brittle's score is outstanding. The character work here is really tangible, and it's also got an ending that it's a gut punch, but at the same time, you feel satisfied afterwards. You feel as though you just experienced history. And yeah, Succession season 4, my favorite episode. It's a toss-up between 3 and 8, but either way, I loved this season of TV, and I'm happy to say that I was on board with Succession from the beginning. And Succession season 4, the final season, I personally will be giving a... And next up, we have Barry. Season 4, the final season. It was 8 episodes long. And I gotta say, Sunday nights were amazing for me personally, because I would watch Succession at 9, and then as soon as Succession would end, I would then turn on Barry. And they were on the same network, so it was great, man. It really was. And I'll never forget about that, being able to just watch Succession and Barry right afterwards. And Barry is another show that I wouldn't say I was on board from the beginning, because I didn't watch season 1 of Barry until season 2 was about to air, but then season 2 I was able to watch like week to week, and then season 3, same thing, and now season 4. But I've always liked Barry, and that Bill Hader, I think that is such a talented individual, and so to be able to see what he did each season was something that I really quite liked. That being said, it's not a Succession type thing for me personally, where each season gets better and better. I would say for me, Barry season 3 might be my favorite, but season 4 I do think is overall good. I do have some issues with this season, I will say, and I'll get into that in just a second. My big thing is there is a time jump, no spoilers, but the time jump is something that I understand what they were going for, and I really do, I get it, I really do. But I wasn't the biggest fan of it with the unspooling of the episodes after that. I just wasn't as interested. But I will say the finale did definitely keep me interested and intrigued throughout the duration of the finale. The finale is something that I can definitely see not working for a lot of people. But I think that for a lot of people that really like breaking down and dissecting scenes, symbolism in shows and films, I think that they will definitely like it, because there is a lot to break down. A lot. I actually reached out to one of my friends right after watching it, because I was like, holy cow, it is so good. It's one of those things, though, you're not really expecting. Like, again, Bill Hader does such a good job directing this show, especially this final season. He directed all the episodes. His directing is immaculate. There's one scene in particular, again, no spoilers, but there's one scene in particular involving like a shootout, and the way the camera elegantly moves, and it's one long take, it's beautiful. I really want him to get a hold of like an action film, because I feel like if he gets a hold of that and he continues his style, oh man, it's going to be something to behold. And I've heard some people say same with horror. I can see that too, but action, Bill Hader will do a great job. Mark my words. But overall, Barry, I thought it was a good season of TV. It's very well put together. It's very well acted. It is a lot more dramatic than comedy, although I will say there are definitely elements of comedy for sure. But there is like a meta nature to it in the final episode, but it's not really comedic driven. It's more of serious driven. you'll get what I'm saying when you've seen the final episode. But overall, I liked Barry. I thought this was a good season of TV. And I would say overall, I was satisfied, even though, again, the time jump was something that from then onwards wasn't necessarily as interested in and invested, but I still liked it overall. So Barry, season 4, the final season, I personally will be giving a... But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the TV shows that ended over Memorial Day weekend. If you've seen any of these shows, let me know your thoughts on the final seasons. Comment section, you guys can do spoilers. I'll talk about spoilers in the comment section. It's just, again, for a video like this, I don't like talking about spoilers in case someone is watching this and they haven't seen the shows. But if you've seen the shows, comment section down below, guys. I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts. And, yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do after this because, you know, I know Righteous Gemstones is coming back. True Detective's coming back, so that's nice. And Fargo is also coming back, and I love Fargo. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, this was a gut punch. 3 shows ending in subsequential order. What are you going to do, though? But anyways, guys, as I said earlier, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on any of those shows. And as always, thank you very much for watching with the subscription, notification bell, follow me down Letterboxd, and I will catch you guys later.